NFL draft season is back, which can mean only one thing. Draft player profiles are back on Fantasy Focus as we break down the top 20 fantasy football prospects in the 2020 NFL Draft. We kick things off in episode number 1 with a look at the running back from the University of Georgia, DeAndre Swift. Now, if this is the first time coming across our channel or our draft player profiles, feel free to hit that subscribe button and punch that like button while you're at it. We really appreciate any and all the support. And with that being said, I'm Derek Tate, and let's jump into this draft player profile. And of course, each episode is brought to you by the Original Hooters. So let's go. Swift's college production won't blow you away compared to someone like Jonathan Taylor, mostly because he was playing in tandem or straight up buried on the depth chart with 3 other running backs in the NFL at the current moment. But he did average over 6 yards per carry every single season while managing to haul in 73 receptions during his time at Georgia. Then you flip the script to peek at his physical profile and combine performance, and they are solid, but running in the 4.4s for a player who is quicker rather than fast still suggests the ability to pop big runs on occasion, but ultimately his 5'9", 212-pound frame isn't going to strike fears in the heart of opposing defenders. But what does the tape say? Well, you flip on any game footage of DeAndre Swift, and his suddenness jumps off the tape. He has some of the best short area quickness I've seen in a while. Like you'd have trouble tackling him if he was in a crowded elevator. Half the defenders that encounter him suffer from limp dick tackling syndrome. Side effects include broken ankles, face plants, and guest appearances in YouTube highlight films. Look at this play against Alabama. Catches a ball in the flats, right? He's dead to rights with 2 defenders that have him bottled up. He hits them both with that bop bop cut, and then pirouettes to get to the edge and turns an absolutely dead play into a 7-yard gain. Agility, elusiveness, burst, all on display in one play. He's got what I like to call juice.
What the is juice?
Well, allow me to show you, Mr. Chappelle. Take a look at this play against Missouri. Single high safety look with Tigers in man coverage, 8 defenders in the box, with the strong safety only about 4 yards off the line of scrimmage. And at the snap, Swift doesn't see much inside and decides to go ahead and bounce this run to the outside to try to get to the edge. Well, the safety, Ronell Perkins, sheds his block and has the advantageous position on Swift in the backfield. But look at this cut. Right foot in the ground and bang! Not only does he dust the safety, but he blows right by this backside defensive tackle who was in perfect position to make a play on Swift and doesn't even get a hand on him. And speaking of not getting a hand on him, the free safety, Tyree Gillespie, goes to fill the alley, and Swift just hits him with the same exact dead leg move, right foot in the ground, bursts upfield, and runs right through the arm tackle with ease. And he's off to the races. Look, he has elite level foot quickness and the ability to be able to string together multiple cuts effortlessly and has the juice to blow by defenders when he puts the foot in the ground.
What the is juice?
So even though he's got that juice, burst, whatever you want to call it, one thing about his game that I think is very underrated is perfectly paired with his acceleration, is his vision and his ability to set up and read his blockers. Look at this run against Kentucky. He's got an opportunity to just bust this run right up through the 5-hole, which left tackle Andrew Thomas just absolutely caved in that side of the line. But Swift stays patient to let the play develop, pushing the play out to the outside edge, threatening the play side corner Jamari Brown, who has contained responsibility to bounce the run outside at any given moment. He sits there and waits for Brown to commit. As soon as Brown takes a false step too far outside, he plants that foot in the ground and busts it for a big gain. But look, he's far from a one-trick pony, and while no one would mistake Swift as a thumper, he does display great balance through contact and does finish his runs on a consistent basis. Now, on multiple occasions, you'll see him come up with extra yards, and in particular, in this run against Kentucky yet again, he's able to keep his balance with one player draped on his left foot while engaging another defender, keeps his balance, spins off the would-be tackler, and then takes it to the house. One other part of his game I believe we'll see a lot more on the next level is his skills as a pass catcher. He's a natural, fluid pass catcher who shows sticky hands to snag balls away from his body consistently, and he can do work as a route runner as well. Look, he's not Christian McCaffrey, but he is crafty, sets up his defenders, and has burst in and out of his breaks to create separation. He did run a couple angle or Texas routes out of the backfield, and on occasion, I actually saw him do a couple whip routes to go along with consistent option routes. In specific against South Carolina, he created separation against linebackers only for Jake Fromm to either completely miss the throw or fail to find him. Not to mention, he can create in the open field, becoming an absolute nightmare to tackle when you just simply throw him a swing pass. I mean, just look at what he did against Alabama, as we mentioned in a previous play, and then here against Tennessee. I mean, this string together of two consecutive cuts to just dismiss two defenders that grab at air, if you put him in the right system, team, situation, whatever you want to call it, I'll just say if he's used properly, he could easily be a 70 to 80 reception per season type running back in the National Football League. So now that we went over his numerous strengths, what are some of his concerns on the NFL level? Well, the first major concern is ball security. During his time at Georgia, Swift touched the ball 513 times from scrimmage, and keep in mind, he was never the lead dog until this most recent year, kind of playing in tandem with Elijah Holyfield in 2018, and then playing obviously buried behind two major running back talents in Sony Michel and Nick Chubb. But 513 times he touched the ball from scrimmage, he had 7 fumbles. That's an average of a fumble every 73 touches. That is piss poor ball security on the NFL level. One of the quickest ways to fall out of favor with any coaching staff is to put the ball on the ground. He's going to have to be better on the next level when it comes to his ball security. So what is the final verdict? Despite his ball security issues, I see an incredibly elusive, instinctive runner who has elite level quickness, burst, juice, and uncommon ability to string together multiple cuts effortlessly. Combo that with his vision, pass catching ability, and balance through contact in between the tackles, and you have the recipe for a 3-down back in the National Football League. My pro comparison, LaDainian Tomlinson. Thanks for checking out this draft player profile here on Fantasy Focused, and make sure you don't miss any of our fantasy content by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and smash that like button while you're at it. Our next player profile, the running back out of the University of Wisconsin, Jonathan Taylor. And until next time, later, says the Tater.